Hello, hello! Pizza Pax here, and we're back with our first festival in a box from MagiCon Atlanta. So let's get into this. Now, you'll notice there's tape over this, over the seal. It's just an extra seal over the holographic seal. If either is broken, just double check the contents. Alright, welcome to your own personal MagiCon! These just came in a couple days ago. Let's see, we've got our promos specific to the festival in a box. We have the Roadshow edition of MagiCon The Gathering Rainbow Foil Edition. Interesting. And we have my personal favorite part of these products, which is a Mystery Booster 2 box. Alright. So, these will be opened in their own Secret Lair Sunday episode at some point in the future. So, we will put that off to the side. But we are opening up our promo. So, this has the soft rubber cement. Some nice art on both sides of these. So, it's not that aggressive yellow rubber cement that they used for quite a while. And we have our promo cards. If I remember correctly, these are worth almost as much as the whole festival in a box. Let's see what we have. We have Spaghetti Junction. Let's see. Which is a playtest card. Let's see if we can get that to focus. There we go. It is a land that taps for colorless and then forward tap. Create a 3/2 colorless vehicle artifact token with crew 1. Okay, so similar to Chandra from Aether's Rift. Whenever a vehicle you control attacks, put a traffic counter on this land. When this land has 8 traffic counters on it, sacrifice it. If you do, create Atlanta Cool, a legendary 2020 colorless Eldrazi creature token with Annihilator 2. Yeah, I mean, that does, in fact, tie in with Spaghetti Junction through Atlanta. It's pretty funny. Next, we have a Future Shift promo. Excuse me. Of the Dragon. That looks pretty wicked. It's a nice shiny foil. Art by Jamie Jones. Let's see. Legendary creature dragon avatar. It's a 10/10 for 4, and then Wooburg, so white, blue, black, red, green. And Eminence, as long as your dragon is in a command zone or on the battlefield. Other dragon spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. It's pretty solid. And then Flying, and whenever one or more dragons you control attack, draw that many cards. You may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. Or then you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. So why not put Dracogenesis or Omniscience into play with that? That's pretty wicked. Then we have a Retrofoil Scourge of Volkus. Let's see. Art by Svetlin Velanov. 2 red, red, red. And the reds are... And the 2 and the reds are slightly off-center. For a 4/4 dragon with flying, whenever this creature or another dragon you control enters, it deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of dragons you control. And then for a red, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. I love the retro foils with the little comment in the bottom. And then we have a future foil, or a future frame lightning bolt that uses the M10 lightning bolt art, if I remember correctly. The promo in the set symbol. Art by Christopher Moliere, or Moliere. Red, instant, deal 3 damage to any target. Very nice. I like that lightning bolt. It is pretty sweet. I thought there was also this sliver. Is that not the case? Or is that in this? Huh. You know, since this is for MagiCon, we'll just go ahead and open this. I've got some extras. So, let's see what's in here. Yeah, I think that's where the... Because that's Sliver Legion, if I remember correctly. That is where the Sliver Legion is. Okay. So let's see what's in here. Looks like we have Pack Rat on the surface. And I guess I'll just open 3 when I do a Secret Lair Sunday for this. Or I'll open an extra one. See, we have Pack Rat. Shared Summons. So Pack Rat, well, yeah, let's do it the way we do when we read off things. Art by Leonardo Santana. For 1 and a black for an XX creature rat. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of rats you control. And for 2 and a black, you can discard a card to create a token copy of this creature. This used to be a modern staple, especially for black control decks. Shared Summons, art by Leonardo Santana. 3 green for an instant. Search your library for up to 2 creature cards with different names, and then put them into your hand. Then shuffle. It's a double tutor. Then we have Sylvan Offering, art by Jody Muir. Let's see. X and a green for a sorcery. Choose an opponent. You and that player each create an XX green Treefolk creature token. Choose an opponent. You and that player each create X 1/1 green warrior or elf warrior creature tokens. That's pretty sweet. Sliver Legion. There we go. Very nice. All sliver creatures get +1/+1 for each other sliver on the battlefield. Art by Igor Kristic. And then it's Wooburg, so white, blue, black, red, green for a 7/7 legendary sliver. All slivers get +1/+1 for each other sliver on the battlefield. Basically turns all of your slivers into muscle slivers. And then we got a promo of a really nice island. I like that. It's pretty. Very cool. Alright, so those are our promos and the special secret lair that comes exclusively in this. We'll put those off to the side for the time being. Okay, and then we're going to open our mystery box. Mystery Booster 2 Convention Edition. I very much like the Convention Edition versions of the Mystery Boosters. We've got our sorting tray. Great. Now there are only 24 packs in these. So we've got packs 1 through 8. Over here. 9 to 16. And then 17 to 24. Let's get cracking. Pack 1. Let's see, we have some Slaughter the Strong, Rambunctious Mutt, Curious Obsession, that's a fun one. Time of Ice, Corpse Harvester, Peat Bog, hey, that's actually pretty good. Big Score, you need to pull those two. Seal of Fire, nice. Strangleroot Geist, hey. Skull Muncher, Belby's Armor. And then we have Mazarek Crawl Death Priest for a rare, and a White Border Day of Judgment. I think that's the first white border printing of that. And then Crackdown for our retro foil, or not retro foil, but our retro Future Sight art. Retro Future Sight. That's Future Sight frame. That's it. Enchantment. Non-white creatures with power 3 or greater don't untap during their controller's untap steps. That's a fun one. Then we have Liliana's Other Contract. Double face. It's not double faced. It's doubled there. Okay. Pack 2. Empty Shrine Kanushi. Okay. That used to be really strong. Master of Arms. Thassa's Emissary. Fairy Swarm. Unseal the Necropolis. Moan of the Unhallowed. Geist Blast. Ramanap Ruins. That used to be very strong. So good it was banned in Standard. Predator's Howl. Hydra's Growth. Rustvale Bridge. Hey, that's nice play. Then we have Sedgemoor Witch. Very nice. Tendrils of Agony. There we go. Although this will likely get replaced by the Spawn, or not Spawn, but Venom Tendrils of Agony in Monday's Secret Lair drop. Winds of Change in the Future Sight frame. Nice. And Naturalize 2. Wish they would print something actually like that. Pack 3. Recumbent Bliss, Griffin Guide, Aetherize, which is actually standard legal right now. Stormbound Geist. Excuse me. Vow of Malice, Unspeakable Symbol. Experimental Synthesizer, very nice. Volatile Claws, Incremental Growth, Canopy Surge, Witherbloom Apprentice, hey, that's a good one. Dragon Lair Spider, very nice. Whitewater Mishra's Bauble. Very cool. Then we have Eater of the Dead in the Future Sight frame and Defender of the Queue. Pack 4. Tireless Tribe. Hey, that's a solid one. Angel of Vitality. Serpentine Curve. It's a pretty solid one. Breakthrough. Hey. Falconwrath Noble. Grim Bounty. Cinder Cloud. Wren's Resolve. Muscle Sliver. Plated Crusher. Sky Knight Vanguard. Narset's Reversal. Nice. Leyline of Sanctity in the white border. And for our Future Sight frame, we have Soul Ring. Love to get a foil one of those. Intangible Virtues. Or Intangible Vibes. Huh. Definitely a reference to Intangible Virtue. Pack 5. Knight of Meadowgrain. Used to be very good. Temple Acolyte. Alchemist Retrieval. Rushing River. That used to be very strong. Noxious Ghoul. It's pretty solid. Swarm of Rats. Glowstone Hellion. Bite Bellows. Briar Patch. I remember playing this in something, and I don't remember what it was. Scurry Oak. Oh, that's the one that goes infinite in Modern. Bonder's Ornament. Until recently, I thought this was Pauper legal, because I had just not looked at the Pauper BNR for a while. I was rather disappointed when I found out that it was not. Liliana Death Mage. Very nice. Transcendent Master. Okay, that's pretty cool. Show and Tell. Hey, that's a nice one. Love that art. And then Planeswalker Ificate. Pack 6. Angelic Favor. Against All Odds. Whirlpool Drake. Disrupt. Chainer's Edict. Very nice. Crypt Champion. Rupture. Price of Progress. Nice. Mutagenic Growth. Very nice. Charge Through. Survivor's Encampment. Then we have Explosion and Expansion. Or Expansion and Explosion, rather. Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. Love that in the white border. It's very cool. Goblin Recruiter in the Future Sight frame. Very nice. And Fetching Garden. Neat. Pack 7. Like, that's actually a little less ridiculous than some of the lands in the new Spider-Man set. Restoration Specialist. Hive Stirrings. Okay, Fairy Seer. Very nice. Leap. Sir Conrad the Grim. Call the Bloodline. Blood Knight. Ire Shaman. Frog Tongue. Elemental Bond. Stang. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Girid Conclave Exile. Nice. Lavinia Azorius Renegade. Very nice. Then we have Pyroblast. Oh, I love that. I love that in the future frame. Then Omnipresent Imposter. Interesting. Pack 8. I will say I played in the Spider-Man pre-release yesterday. I wanted to like the set. I hated it, to be honest. It was a miserable sealed experience for me. And it was the first time in 32 years I've ever walked out of a pre-release. Well, I mean, pre-releases have only been going on since Alliances. I've been playing in them since Alliances. There's only 2 or 3 that I've missed. And it was the first one I've ever walked out of. And I was angry. Crossbow Infantry. Intangible Virtue. Looter Ilkor. Battlewing Mystic. Weaponcraft Enthusiast. Bad Deal. Thermopod. Boarding Party. Very nice. Strangleroot Geist. Alright. Seed Guide Ash. Gemstone Mine. Very nice. Eiley, Eternal Pilgrim. Archon of Emeria. Like that. Really like that in the white frame. Swords of Plowshares. Very nice. Can never have too many of those. And then Ren and Ciri. Inseparable. More Inseparable. Alright. Pack 9. Bosri's Acolyte. Temple Acolyte. Omen. Fun fact that there's a common misprint of this where the mana symbol is not inked in for black in the original printing, so it has a white mana symbol. Snap. Very nice. Oh, snap. Stromgald Crusader. Soul Drinker. Go for Blood. Dwarven Recruiter. It's a fun one. Silverglade Elemental. Yavimaya Granger. Fracture. Very nice. Arcanus the Omnipotent. One of the most reprinted legendary creatures of all time. Snow-Covered Forest, which is gorgeous in the white border. Rest in Peace. Love that version of Rest in Peace. And Omen Path to Naya. Pack 10. Ward Sliver. Banisher Priest. Voldalian Hypnotist. Shoreline Ranger. Mind Stab. Fell Spectre. Scourge Devil. Dwarven Blast Miner. Enlarge. Elemental Bond. Gorgon Flail. Earthshaker Giant. Very nice. It's from Game Night. Blazing Rootwalla in the white frame. In the white border. Goblin Gang Leader. In the Future Sight frame. And Fludge Gunk Guardian. Pack 11s. We have Condemn. Against All Odds. Telekinetic Sliver, Windstorm Drake, Roll Parasite, Skull Snatcher, actually, yes, Elena Kessig Trapper, Fury Sliver, Rise of the Ants, Harvester Druid, Slippery Bogle, or Boggle. I've always called it Slippery Boggle. Golgari Grave Troll, very nice. Always good to have extras of those. Karuga, the Macro Sage. Greater Good. I love that version of Greater Good, too. One of the decks I'm working on in pre-modern. Wormhole Warp. Alright. Dirty Dozen, Pack 12. Miraculous Recovery. Very nice. Actually played quite a bit in pre-modern. Prismatic Strands. Alright. Off with some bangers. Bergstrider. Whirler Rogue. Buried Alive. Okay. Summon Undead. Axguard Cavalry. Reckless Barbarian. Incremental Growth. Fangren Marauder. Very nice. Phyrexian Walker. But in Italian, I believe. Yeah, in Italian. Elsha of the Infinite. Very nice. Paradoxical Outcome. Good old PO. Echo of Aeons in the Future Sight frame. Very nice. Yawgmoth's Day Planner. Lucky 13. I think I have a playset of these now, and I'm excited for that. I like that Future Sight frame, especially for cards I have to search for on a regular basis. Hand of Honor, Wall of Swords, Aqueous Form. Very nice. Jalira, Master Polymorphist. Massacre, very nice. Reaping the Graves, all right. Little Cycle Storm enabler. Orcish Settlers. Let's see. Stormcaller, Fendhorn Elves. Hunger of the... Actually, that needs to go there. Hunger of the Howl Pack. Frenetic Sliver. Art the Waterveil. Love that card. Ethersworn Canonist in the white border. Nice. Counterbalance. Another great one for the Future Sight frame. And then Stone Drake. 14. That opened weird. Sentinel Sliver. Settle Beyond Reality. Mental Note, very nice. Familiar's Ruse. Excuse me. Augur of Souls. Necrologia. Rapacious Dragon. Very nice. Titan Strength. Mutagenic Growth. Haywire Might. Urborg Volcano. Ajani the Great-Hearted. Nice. Whiteout. Someone's got jokes. White border, whiteout. Go Snuff Out in the Future Sight frame. Love that. And Marchesa's Surprise Party. 15. Skycrier. Spirit Mantle. Heaven's Aura, very nice. Kelpie Guide, Nizumi Prowler, Wicked Pact, Blade Sliver, Electrickery, Silverglade Elemental, Spore Mound, Archway Commons, The Haunt of Hightower, very nice. That was a fun one when it was in Standard. Sarkin Fireblood. Beautiful white border. Nathali... Nalanthi Dragon. I always called it Nathali Dragon when I was younger. Nalanthi Dragon. Man, dyslexia is a hell of a thing. I remember getting those at some of the first, or at one of the first conventions. It was, I think, Dragon Con in like 93, 94. No, it was 94, I think it was. And they gave these away. I've got 4 signed ones in my collection. Sliver of Hope, which of course is on the box art for this. Sliver of Hope. Sweet 16. Angelic Exaltation, which is very strong in standard. Intangible Virtue, or in the limited environment for that, rather. Muddle the Mixture, very nice. Shifting Sliver. Steel Strength. Shouldred's Edict, very nice. Mog Raider. Goblin Taskmaster. Findhorn Elves. Evolution Sage. Skybridge Towers. Master of Waves. That's a card I haven't heard the name of in a while. Thopter Foundry. Same with that. Goblin Charbelcher. Hey. I love that in the Future Sight frame. Teferi, Druid of Argoth. Just a very fun one. It's of course a reference to Mage of Zalfir. And then just switches it with switches it over to green. Yep. Although it does make it so creature cards have flash. So, all right, 17. I'm gonna start dropping the chaff here. And just because I drop it here doesn't mean that it's a terrible card. It just means that I'm not particularly looking for more copies at the moment. Avon Squire, Resolute Reinforcements. Pour over the pages. All right. Deep Channel Mentor. Charcoal Diamond. Blight Beetle. Frenzied Fugue. Scoria Cat. Rise of the Ants. Plated Crusher. Is it Boilerworks? Very nice. Vindicate. Hey. Always use more of those for pre-modern. Days. Very nice. And Ancient Stirrings. I love this version of Ancient Stirrings. I had not seen it that I could recall until very recently. And then Vuzzle Spaceship. Okay. 18. If you're in the US, don't forget to register to vote. Midterms will be here sooner than you expect. Spirit Endow. Or Endall. Elspeth Smite. Cerulean Wyvern. Disturbing Conversion. That's fun. Mogus's Favor. You are already dead. Nani? Hoarding Ogre. Incinerate. Druid's Familiar. Presence of Gond. Very nice. Great in Hopper. There's a fun combo deck that uses it. Angel's Trumpet. Sublime Epiphany. Oh, I love this card. I wish there were more... I wish I had more opportunities to play it. Stony Silence. Very nice. In the white border. Rishadan Port. Ah, one of my favorite lands of all time. Lazotep Archway. Very nice. 19. Abzan Battle Priest. Master of Arms. Curse of Verbosity. Okay. Mistwalker. Betrayal of Flesh. Reckoner's Bargain. Gorilla Shaman. Very nice. Hordling Outburst. Predator's Howl. Assault Formation. Crystal Grotto. Tornok Dread Cantor. Very nice. Or Torok Dread Cantor, sorry. Skyclave Apparition. Nice. Rain of Daggers. It's one you don't see very often. And Starting Town NPC for our playtest card. Alright, pack 20. Wakestone Gargoyle. Adamant Will. Drift of Phantasms, very nice. Invisible Stalker, Bloodthrone Vampire, Skeletal Changeling, Inspired Tinkering, Twinferno, Summit Apes, Muscle Burst, Reconstruct History, Queen Itinerant Meddler. That's a fun one. Then we have Gataxian Probe for the white border. Very nice. And Sabo's Web. Always need more copies of Sabo's Web. One of the most played sideboard cards in pre-modern, by the way. Nerid the Beige Flower, which is Doran the Siege Tower, spelled backwards. Alright, you know it, you love it. It's 21. Irregular Cohort. Prismatic Strands. Very nice. Submerge. Rushing River. Power Word Kill is a good one. Phyrexian Gargantua. Besmirch. Ground Rift. Yeah. Summit Apes. Snake Pit. That's a fun one. Bogart Ramgang. Swans of Bryn Argol. I love this card. I wish it was still a viable thing to play in Modern. Treasure Cruise in the white border. Contamination in the Future Sight frame. Very nice. And Gobland. Gobland. That is very funny. 2 to 2 2 2. It's 22. We have Alseid of Life's Bounty, Bellowing Aegisaur, Diplomatic Escort, Enclave Cryptologist, Mindrack Harpy, Disturbed Burial, Rimrock Knight, Orcish Lumberjack. Very nice. Wait, that was a common? That got reprinted as a common. Weird. I'm gonna have to do some stuff with that in Pauper if I can. Karstoderm, Canopy Surge, Sphella Ice Shaper, Thorn Mammoth. Very nice. Arcane Lighthouse. And then Goblin King in the Future Sight frame. Love it. And Where What? It's a Where What? 23. Down to our last two. Flicker Wisp. Very nice. Wall of Swords. Run Away Together. Disrupt. Unburial Rites. Putrid Goblin. About Face. Bitter Reunion. Gaia's Embrace. Twin Silk Spider. Petrar's Seal. That's a fun one. Herald of Secret Streams. Very nice. Colossal Dreadmaw. Why would they print such a powerful card in white border? Yes, that is a joke. Hunting Cheetah. Very nice. And then Wowzer, their Aspiration. Okay, Legendary Snow Creature Worm. I kind of want to build a commander deck around this. I don't really play commander to speak of, but this is genuinely hilarious. I know it's not for constructed play, but I wanna so bad, because that is genuinely funny to me. Speaking of which, Mystery Booster number 24. Okay, I'm going to do something even funnier with this. Number 24. We have Trap Runner, Spirit Mantle, Peregrine Drake, Battlewing Mystic, Priest of Gix, Shambling Ghast, Exuberant Fuseling, Bolt Bend Enlarge, Tail Swipe, Skittering Surveyor, Crystalline Crawler, very nice. Mystical Dispute, beautiful. Hey, we got a foil command tower. It's the only foil future sight that we got. I'm going to toss that in a sleeve, because the foil version of that is a few dollars. So, very nice. It's very pretty. And then Glimpse, comma, the Unthinkable. All right. Well, thank you for joining me on this adventure with our Festival in a Box Atlanta. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff for the algorithm. I will be putting out videos for the next few boxes as I get time. But I will likely just be opening the these boxes for, or the Mystery Booster 2 boxes. As always, stay awesome, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.